am drawn to, maybe even driven to, finding stories, particularly in Victoria, that have, through historical forces, time, conditioning, families, been silenced, marginalized, sidelined, erased in some cases, who do not get historical justice.
Oh my word, look at this place. Mother? Joan!
Marian Dunsmuir was thrown from a horse as a child, broke her back, and was never able to walk again, and was probably confined to a wheelchair for the rest of her life. We get a moment where all of you guys experience these staircases, right? We really want to see that Marian has come into her family home to be greeted by 4 tiers of unscalable staircases.
Marion Dunsmuir went through a similar accident. She also fell and broke her back, and I also fell and broke my back at an early age. So being able to fit into this role, I feel was right, offering kind of the feeling of loss and trauma, but also living through that and finding resilience through that.
Marie, come look at this.
I can't find a brush.
That's all right. Look at how beautiful it is.
Oh, na. Joan! Joan! Mother!
And she, Marion Dunsmuir, also had a half First Nations, half Syilx stepdaughter.
I had already been doing a lot of my own research as a PhD student and as a master's student, looking at my own identity and being a half Syilx person as well, looking through the lens of sovereignty and who has access to what and how do I get access to places and to knowledge and to things that I don't have privileges to. And so, you know, being able to work together at uncovering both of these very important stories that affect us today, it's very important that we're working on this together.
Is that the Okanagan?
Look at that. Is it?
I don't know. We didn't have this at Fairview. Definitely not in Nanaimo.
Looks like God's country to me.
When my father first came out to BC, he got an officer's grant of land here. All the former military men did for their first time in the British Army. Goodbye, God's country. Hello, highways, hydro wires, and strip malls.
Strange, though. There ain't any animals or people in it.
No, it makes perfect sense to me. Paint it like it's empty, pretend nobody lives here, and it's easier to steal.
When it comes to oral history and oral tradition, it's important. It's the spine of our culture. It's the backbone. It's what makes us who we are. And without knowing your story and knowing who you are, you'll be lost from your culture and lost from your tradition.
Marion looked at me like I was crazy when I said that thing about you being elected was a mistake.
Well, it's the God's honest truth.
How is that even possible?
Arthur Busby, the man in charge, he screwed it up. He forgot to get nominations.
This is a unique project, I think, because it's site-specific, and also it has a certain significance to it beyond just the play itself, because of course it's dealing with part of Canada's past that we're still trying to acknowledge now, but in these specific circumstances, I don't know that this part of Canada's history as it pertains to this house, Dunsmuir Castle, Craigdarroch Castle, has yet been recognized.
I saw them, Dad. Those men, like you. They would marry Syilx wives and abandon their children and Syilx women as fast as they could.
Who are we talking about?
The Vernons.
I've told you about the Vernons.
And Mr. Greenhow. He forced his wife and daughter to move out of their home for a new wife.
Right off the property and down the road. Back onto the reduced reserves with only a cow for alimony.
This inheritance play coming in, I think is really special to see because it actually is about the Dunsmuirs. And we get to actually learn about Marion's story and see how these people from the past interact with the space. So I'm really excited to see it all come together.
And that's the same.